Welcome back. We're going to talk about outer space tonight. Louise Edwards is an astronomer and an associate professor at California Polytechnic University. Dr. Edwards got her master's at St. Mary's University here in the Maritimes. She taught physics at Mount Allison. She's had stints at Yale, Caltech, just about every other school in North America. She's back in the Maritimes to deliver the Dan McClellan Lecture in Astronomy at SMU. Dr. Edwards, welcome back to the East Coast.
Thank you so much.
You certainly didn't come back for the weather.
Well, it's my kid's first time seeing snow, so it was very exciting. Yes.
All right. Well, look, before we start, I should also mention that you were on a stamp, Canada Post stamp marking St. Mary's bicentennial. Not a lot of people get on a stamp. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's my 15 minutes right there. Yes. It was great.
Well, you're going to get another opportunity to shine because you're part of a group that's studying with the largest, this is the largest digital camera ever established. It's in Chile.
Yes.
What is this going to allow you to do?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a new project called the Legacy Survey of Space and Time. And to do this survey, we had to build a new telescope. So this is an 8.5-meter telescope. It's humongous. It's down in Chile, in the mountains there. And on the telescope is the largest digital camera that has ever been made. And it's got 2 Guinness World Records, actually. I had the pleasure of seeing this camera in its house while it was being built at Stanford last summer. And it's on its way to Chile to be put on the telescope right now.
I think we're familiar with the James Webb telescope.
Yes.
This is one that was launched that's already sending back incredible images deep into space. They're separate technology, separate instruments, but is there opportunity there for them to work together?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a great synergy between what we call space-based astronomy, so like the James Webb Space Telescope that's launched into space, and ground-based astronomy, like the Vera Rubin Observatory I was talking about before, that's in Chile. Now, these images from James Webb, if you've seen them, you know they're absolutely stunning. The detail you get with the James Webb Space Telescope is basically, you can't surpass it. And additionally, it works in what's called the infrared, a different part of the rainbow. And with that, we can literally see the furthest stars and galaxies, like the first stars and galaxies to probably form in the universe. And we can see them with great detail, but we can't see them all.
Right.
So to be able to understand the universe in a general sense, we have to do a survey of the sky. We have to take a look at as much sky as we possibly can. And that's what ground-based astronomy, and in particular, the Vera Rubin Observatory, can do really well with its massive digital camera. It's going to scan the night sky and take pictures of, you know, more than half the sky, the entire southern sky, and a little bit more every day for 10 years. And it's going to build up like a motion picture. We say the first motion picture of the night sky.
Is there something you hope to have this technology substantiate? Is there a theory you're hoping that this will prove, or is this going to give you information that perhaps you'll be finding things you could never even have thought of?
It will probably do both.
Oh, that's good.
It was at one point, it was called the Dark Matter Telescope. Right. So the way the survey is designed, it should give us a much clearer idea of the nature of dark matter and even dark energy. So these are things right now we know very little about, and we have so much more to learn.
Okay, that's exciting. Look, one of the things I was reading about you in preparation for this, and you coming back to the Maritimes, was just how important not only is this research, but teaching. And it came up time and time again how important it is for you to work with young people.
Absolutely.
Why is that?
Yeah, absolutely. My job right now at Cal Poly is a huge teaching component. Here's one example, is a couple of my students, one student from Yale, one student from Cal Poly, they're both actively involved in the Artemis mission. So it's an amazing feeling for me to get to work closely with these young people who will go on in various places in science or engineering or computing, all sorts of various different things. And for me to work with them while they're first learning, you know, to code for the first time or getting to see through a telescope for the first time, it's incredibly satisfying.
The Artemis, of course, is that rocket that was just finally launched.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Going to take us back to the moon, sometimes, well, not that particular one, but in preparation to take us back to the moon.
Who is astronomy well suited for?
Anyone, absolutely anyone. Anyone, if you like science. If you have a curiosity about the universe, absolutely astronomy is for you. In particular, if you enjoy science, mathematics is the language we use. If you're really into that stuff, then go for it, I say. Astronomy is absolutely for anyone. And you mentioned working with students, and that's something else that I really take pride in and enjoy doing and do with purpose sometimes, is to make sure that my science is accessible to any student, you know, from any background who has a real curiosity about the universe.
And expanding diversity within the industry and within the field as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Make sure. So Artemis, for example, is going to send for the first time the first woman and person of color to space when that gets going as well.
Louise Edwards, we wish you were a little more passionate about your subject matter, but we'll take what we can get. Welcome back to the East Coast.
Thank you so much. It's so lovely to be here.
We appreciate having you. We will take a time out with health and medical news on the other side.